All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Let's see. Are we up on everything? Multi-streaming adds so much variance. Let's see. All right, we're up on Twitch. We are up on YouTube. Come on. I like humming along with the music, and I feel like I need to figure out the delay so that I can make sure that my humming lines up with the music. I think that's important. Boop 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 doo. All right, that's live. We're live on Kick. We're live on X, and we're live on Rumble. Yeah, we are. Sweet. Okay, so we're live on all of them. Awesome. Wow, that's the first time that we're just trying to stream to everything, and it all worked. So, wow. Super happy haps with that. All right, well, we're gonna minimize all that stuff. Okie doke. Let's get over to here. So today we're going to be checking out the new version of Picotron. I already got it downloaded. So we are currently running 2.1c. And we're going to check out the changelog and see what's what in there. And then we're going to work on Salad Kingdom a little bit and see if we can knock some stuff out with this visual novel system. So let's pull up the browser. All right, so where is... Oh, let's go to Picotron. Where is the changelog? Trying to remember where it be. Oh, here we go. Resources. There it is. There it is. 2.1.c. Batch matmul? Oh, what is that? By specifying height as last parameter equals user data matmul. What is that? Oh, we got a garble song. System demos and gentry.p64. What is that? System demos gentry. Interesting. X to generate. Where's my... What is this music? Oh wait, is that Picotron? Oh, that is. I thought that was my music. I was like, what the heck is going on? What is this song? Interesting. So it generates a tree. I wonder if the music is procedural too. Huh. Okay. What else do we got? T-Line 3D flags 0x400 for faster low quality mode. So I noticed this when I was scrubbing through this earlier, that he's added, Zep's added some like low quality stuff that's faster. For faster low quality mode, 3 pixels per cycle, performs 1 divide every 8 pixels. And there's also a super fast 2x SPR, SSPR, and map under default sprite, default draw state, no fill pattern or masks. Like that could be super useful for like UI components or something like that. Like something where you don't need crazy stuff. 6 pixels per cycle. Show hide tabs and line numbers in the code editor. Ooh. Show tabs on and off, line up. Ooh, interesting. Let's load a cart and see what it looks like. Let's go to carts, work in progress. We're working on Salad Kingdom tonight, so let's go ahead and load that. Okay, I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable with how close it is to the edge. But what happened? What is show tab? Wait. We have tab grab. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh man. I am so excited. I am so excited for tabs. I am so excited for tabs. I am so excited for visual tabs. Oh snap. That is so good. Oh man, that's so good. I didn't realize that's what it was. Heck yeah. Does it use different colors? Oh goodness, knocking my Game Boy over. Does it use different colors for different levels, or is it? Oh, that's a great question. Let's see. Nope. So it looks similar to Pico 8's. So Pico 8 did something similar with like the vertical line, and it was red too. So if we, yeah. Dang, that's so. Oh man, I am so happy though. I get the rainbow tabs, and I understand that a lot of people like those. But holy cow, am I so excited for this. Oh man, you have no idea. No idea. This is great. This is great. 10 out of 10. All right, BBS carts can run bundled carts inside their own sandbox. Oh, okay. Great process. Okay, awesome. BBS carts can run other BBS carts inside their own sandbox. Oh, and it can pull from the BBS? You know what that would be great for, Kevin? Because you're doing the... Oh, wait, no, you're doing the Pico 8 advent calendar. This would be great for like a Picotron advent calendar. You could have like the advent calendar app and have like a little thing where you like tab. Oops, I'm not showing it. And you could like tab through and show like the years of it and just have it reference and pull the BBS carts. And so you could have just like a list of BBS carts and it would just like pull them in per year. Hey, that's awesome. You know what, man? I'm on the fence about whether I should jump onto the Advent Calendar Pico 8 thing. I feel like I should. I haven't touched Pico 8 in a while. I really want to contribute to the community though, and I feel like that would be a fun project to contribute to. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of potential for that, for like a multi-cart launcher thing or like a cart interface thing. Because that way, if they're sandboxed, then they can just like launch other sandboxed carts. That's really cool. I like that. It also might be a neat feature for. Let me highlight it again. Where did it go? There it goes. If you wanted to like if you've released a bunch of your own carts and you wanted like Wash Brunello's cart launcher or something like that, like My Games or like something like that, like a fun little storefront or something. I think that could be really cool. Could also be cool for like cross promotion or something. Like if I did a stream and like everybody voted on them or something, and we got them like nominated ones to get included into it. I don't know. That seems like not necessarily stealing other people's work, because I think that the usage reports would actually still contribute towards it because it's its own card. Yeah, anyway, I think this is neat. It has some potential for some cool stuff. Control R loads changes made externally to the cartridge file. So you can edit the P64 in a text editor. Info command lists external changes. Yeah, I remember this one. So for folks who use external editors, this is going to be really big. This is going to be great. So you could like Control S to save, or like Control R to reload your content here. If you're using the other one for like external editors, that's pretty awesome. New recommendations and manual for using external editors. Yeah, so let's actually take a look at that. We're gonna go back up here to the blog and Picotron. Let's go to the manual, and that was new recommendations and manual for us using external editors. Using external editors. Boop. Simplest way to use a text editor outside of Picotron to edit a cartridge's Lua files is to copy them into the cartridge every time it is run, and then to include them, for example, at the top of the main Lua. An advantage of this approach is that the cartridge remains self-contained, and if the first line is accidentally left in, it will still run fine from the BBS. Okay. As a general rule, released Picotron cartridges should be self-contained and not depend on anything except for /system. Direct includes editing P6 files. A third approach is to edit the P6 directly with a text editor. From .c, Control R looks for external changes in the cartridge file and copies only the files that have changed. Oh, right. So like over here, we have loaded the saladkingdom.p64, but we're editing what is in RAM/cart. So what we're currently editing is in here. And if your external editor looks for changes to the cartridge file, so if your external editor is tinkering with the cartridge file, it's going to pull the changes from the cartridge file and inject them in here. But probably doesn't reload everything. So it's like it's not going to overwrite your graphics or whatever. Looks for external changes in the cartridge file and copies only the files that have changed, so as not to clobber other files that were edited inside the Picotron editors. Yeah, there we go. To check which files inside the currently loaded cartridge have changed in the Picotron disk, use the info command. When editing a P64 file directly, the binary files, okay, so that are all stored at the end. And I remember, there was something else in here. I think it's further down, but Zep set, so like, I can't show it because of the way my desktop's shared, but the P64 files are smashed, like it's text that's like all in a row. Like it's all smashed into one fat text file. And it used to be, because I would scrub through the files and like dump them into Grok to like ask questions and like analyze my code, to try to like learn how to do things better and whatnot. And I noticed that like the graphics are like towards the top, and then there's like Lua files, and then there'd be like some other stuff, and then there's more Lua files, and then there's like stuff towards the bottom. But this is in an effort to like clean things up. I think it was, he like put all of the stuff up at the top. Like all of the Lua files are at the top and kind of in a row. Music's being garbly. What song was that actually? Golden Sun? Oh, I don't know what that was. Sometimes these songs garble out on my SNES music player. Cool. Okay. And that was on the using external editors. Awesome. All right, where were we? Per channel volume control while music is playing. SFX -4 channel index and ooh, that's cool. So we have per channel volume control now via. Why does it say -4? Normally you would play sound effect and then the sound effects you're playing, then the channel index, and then it adds the volume to the end. Where's SFX? Yeah, there's the number, channel, offset, length, and then volume, mix volume. So there's that -4 again. I wonder what that means. Oh. When n is a negative number, a special command is issued for. Oh, I get it. A special command is given to the channel because you don't want to re-trigger the sound effect. You want to affect the volume of the existing sound effect. One stops playing any sound effect on that channel. The existing channel state is not altered. Stopping at a sound effect that uses an instrument with a long echo will not cut the echo part, or the echo short. Okay. 2 stops playing any sound effect on that channel and also clears the channel state. Echoes are cut short and the channel is immediately silent. Okay. 3, -3, release any looping sound effect on that channel. Oh, interesting. Huh. That could be useful in certain situations. And the -4 is set the mix volume. The channel mix volume is not reset until sound effects is called on that channel. So music channel mix volumes persist between calls to music. Oh, wait. So -4, set the mix volume. The channel mix volume is not reset until sound effects is called on that channel. So music channel mix volumes persist between calls to music. Okay, so you could use music to call the music to play, and then you could drop the volume with the sound effects command. And if you change music by calling music again to play a different song, it won't reset the volume. You would have to call the sound effects command again to reset the volume. That would be cool for, like, okay, so in my mind, Zelda, like an adventure game, you go inside a place, it would change the music. But like if you went inside somewhere and it like toned the music down, dropped it down, and then when you go back outside, it brings it back up. That's cool. I dig that. And since it's channel specific, you could like just have your music channels drop down and then keep your sound effects channels levels at normal. That's cool. I like that. I dig that. What else do we got? Shift space to play a pattern from just before the cursor. Okay, so when you're like testing stuff on the tracker. Control left, control right to jump between tracks and track segments. Until sound effects is called on that channel. I assume that means explicitly called on that channel, but I wonder what happens if a sound effects clobbers that music channel. What do you mean by clobbers? Oh, you would probably... That's actually like, so what you're saying is if we fire off a sound effect and it overwrites one of the music channels because it's like trying to grab the next one available, or if you like designate. I guess if you designate that channel, then that would be like overriding it manually. But if it's, well, I don't think the sound effects, I don't think the sound effects command will play over a music channel if it's in use. Actually, it will. But I don't remember the edge cases of why and when it will overwrite that, like supersede a music channel. Because, yeah, that could cause some weird instances where a lot of sound effects are going on and you're not clamping them to channels. And so it would go over the music channel, and then that music channel's volume would get reset. And then until another volume reduction happens, that one channel of the music, like, because the music's going to continue to play, it would play louder. Yeah, that would warrant some testing. That's a good edge case to be aware of. Control left and right to jump between tracks and track segments. Let's take a look at that. So that's like here. Control. Nope. Well, yeah, Mac OS, when I hit Control left and Control right, it swaps to different workspaces, so that's not going to be useful to me. But that's okay. I do like keyboard shortcuts, though. What else do we got? Control space to play from the cursor position, or shift space from the cursor's group of 8 notes. Okay, nice. Oh, that's actually a great question. And welcome to the stream, nerdy teachers. Command left and command right. Let's see. Ah, yep, there we go. Sweet. So that means if we go, yeah, and I don't do a lot of track editing in here, but that's super helpful. And then what was the other one? Control space to play from the cursor position. And command space on a Mac is for, what is it, like Finder, like where you search stuff. But control space works. So you got to use command space. Yeah, Spotlight. You got to use command space to go left and right, but then control space or command left and right, but then control space to play. Oh, it's so silly. I love it. Cool. And then what was the other one? Command space, shift space to play from the cursor's group of 8 notes. Yeah, and I bet that works in the tracks too. So if you do control space, that's actually going to be nice. And then, but then if we do shift space, yeah. I think, wasn't shift space already there? There was like a thing already where you could like play from the top of the 8-note segment. Maybe that was control space before, and he moved it to shift, and now control space does from your cursor position. Does command left and right? Command left and right goes back and forth within the track. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. Oops, I moved off the workspace. That's cool. Yeah, okay. Okay, I dig that. Good changes, good changes. All right, let's see here. Added audio. Nice, we have audio now. Just kidding. Faster ARP commands, N and M. What are arpeggio? Oh, so is this, hold on. So if we do, let's grab a flute. Let's go. And if we add a command, N. Interesting. And then M. Huh. Okay. So we got some new commands in there. And it looks like since we already, like with Picotron, you pull in the, like use the numbers. It looks like since we're overflowing past like all the numbers that we're just going to use letters now. Okay. Okay. O command to oscillate between the current and relative P0 pitch at a given speed. Oh, what does that mean? I don't understand that. I don't understand the finer details of what's actually happening with that. F command can be used to fade towards the channel's volume value, similar to the S command. So S is what we use to slide, but this slides the channel's volume value. Can be used to fade towards the channel's volume. What does that mean? Because it's not talking about the sound effects volume, which is here. So I guess this has to do with, oops, let me turn my music on. I guess this has to do with the music, or sorry, not the music, where's the sound effects per channel's volume. So now we've got a per channel volume, and this F command can be used to fade towards the channel's volume. So that's like, I don't understand the use case for that. Because you would like bake it into a sound effect or a track, and whenever it plays, it would, I guess, would start at a specific volume, but then fade to whatever the channel volume is. So that would be like if the volume was 20, like the sound effect volume was 20, and the channel volume was 20, it would just play at 20. But if the sound effect volume was 20 and the channel volume dropped down to 5, as it played, it would like slide the volume down to 5. And if the sound effect volume is 20 and we set the channel volume to like 50, like up, it would actually slide up because it's sliding to whatever the volume. Like that seems weird. I don't understand how would that be useful? Interesting. Control C in view.p64 to copy the image at the displayed scale. That is interesting. So view.p64 is a new application. Oops, yeah. We'll just go here and we'll go to System and Apps. And we go to View. This is for like viewing images. Actually, you know what? Okay, this is going to take a second. I'm going to mount the host folder. It takes like 30 seconds to open this host folder because I've got so much stuff in it, so bear with me. Yep. And, oh, what the? Why was it so fast this time? Goodness. Okay, so there's a ping in here. So if we open up that, Okay. So we can zoom in and out with the viewer. And if I copy it, if I hit Control C at 25% and I paste it in here, it copies it at 20. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, I like that is like that works. I also like send, like just grab pings. We can just drop pings in here and paste them into our sprites instead of having to use like the sprite slicer. Like that's cool. Because you know we don't want to slice it and import sprites. We just want the whole thing in here as a sprite. Hey, Beanless. It's going great. We're taking a look at the new Picotron. We're going through the change log and seeing what's been added. Yeah, I like that. I like this change. That's cool. Uh-oh, why did my screen just went yellow because of my nighttime thing? Does it look yellow to you guys? I'm gonna turn that off because I think that's probably coming through. Night shift. I mess up my sleep schedule for you. That's how much I love you guys. And I'm going to turn on my do not disturb. Okay. All right, let's take a look here and let's see what else we got. System wallpapers.trinkets.p64. What is that? System wallpapers. Trinket stuff. Ooh. A new wallpaper? Oh, fun. I like that. Man, this menu needs mouse support. There's so many times that I click that. Beanless, have you ever used Picotron before? All right, changed. Audio S command now always applies volume fade to target channel volume if there is one set in that row. Okay, probably adapting for the new stuff. Audio partially complete slide behavior is different because of bug fixes below. Is a breaking change. Oh, interesting. Partially complete slide behavior is different. Oh, so if you have like a partial slide and you're like taking advantage of partial slides. Optimized reduced CPU costs on batch draw overhead, user data on per span overhead, and take. What is take? I'm not familiar with take. User data take. Take values from the user data at locations specified by an index. Okay, so you can just like take pieces out of it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, optimizations are great. Reduce CPU drop, like making batch draws even better is great. Default full screen terminal plus Windows created with Control R share the same merged command history. Oh, yeah, this is adapted stuff for the Control R for loading partial changes for using external editors. CLS from terminal now clears the text layer, useful if print out something huge. Okay. P64 files are written with Lua files at the top for P8 style manual editing. That's what I was talking about earlier with the external editors. They put the Lua files at the top. Themed.p64 reworked to function primarily as a previewer chooser has keep and cancel buttons. I believe that is under settings. The theme here? Maybe not. What is themed? Themed. Oh, this is for like making your, okay, so we can cancel, we can tinker with the colors and cancel it or keep it now. Okay, I dig that. That's a solid change. Wait, we can save themes? I didn't know that. Save file as... If I just call this jazz, what does that save it as? Jazz.pod. And okay. Huh. That's cool. I like that. All right, what else has changed? Let's see here. Internal split system lib head.lua into more files and MISC changes to improve sandboxing. Oh, yeah. It's been a little bit since I've been in there, but I want to see. That's under lib, right? Yeah, there's Lua or head.lua. I'm curious. Oh, I don't remember all of what was in here before. It looks like there is more though, so that's probably true. Cool. Fixed. Enter in text editor removes one level of indentation. Oh snap! That's right. I want to. So if I go like this, it doesn't. It doesn't shift things down. It doesn't shift things down, and that makes me happy. CPU accounting when an expensive 10 CPU greater than 10 CPU single operation spans multiple frames. Okay. Drag and drop files from host is broken. Regression caused by change in sandbox rules. Okay. I noticed drag and drop wasn't working the other day. Sandbox apps co-running in terminal can create process without sandbox restrictions. Absolute nil produced a runtime error. Should return 0 to be Pico 8 compatible. Oh, that's nice. T-Line 3D observes fill pattern using only the first screen Y value. Demos Proggy64 enter brings up pause menu. Take crash when generating output. User data is larger than 16 megs. Pitch snaps back after slides. Ditto for volume. Instrument retriggers when there is no instrument command. Unsaved changes sometimes incorrectly reported for newly loaded cartridge. Never experienced that. On event modified message is not generated when copying or moving over a file. Theme editor does not revert desktop to previous color themes when discarding unsaved changes. We probably fixed that with the themed cart. Double line breaks in app menu after using saved as. Interesting. Family of sandbox injection. Oh, actually, I wonder if that fixes the issue with Kiro comments and scrolling. I'll have to check that out. Actually, you know what? Let's check it out now. They look a lot more stable, actually. Yeah, because there was like a thing where it would like offset where stuff were because of the weird line sizes. Okay, cool. Screenshot scale in video mode 3 and 4 is wrong again. I love how real Zep is. Control F save command flushes the cartridge file to disk twice, mostly harmless but inefficient. Okay. Notify shows a message of nil instead of hiding current message regression. Oh, interesting. Notify with nothing shows a message of nil. So if you were to do, I guess if you were to do notify with nothing in it, it's supposed to clear the notifications. But it showed nil instead. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, that's the new Picotron, and I gotta say, I like what I've been seeing. It's been good stuff. We're gonna swap back to full screen now. Do 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 do. All right, I am going to stand up. I am going to stand up and stretch. Ooh. Oh yeah, good stretch. Okay, and let's see what we can do. We are going to work on Salad Kingdom tonight. So where are we in the process? We have, I think we were going to work on the text box next, but we have the viewport as a graphical object now with a little border around it. We got clickable buttons, but we don't have actions assigned to them yet, which is fine because those are going to be separated. Boop, 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 boop. Let's look at our design document and see what we needed to do next. First chapter of Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom, made exclusively for Picotron. Boo, 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 boo. Inspiration, Princess Tomato for the NES, and we're going to use some basic Scum stuff for some other inspiration for the mouse-driven stuff. This game is a simple visual novel system and extendable by editors. We are planning on making level editors. This game is not a full game. We're just doing the first chapter. The idea is to make the first chapter of Princess Tomato in the Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom for NES. We're going to remake the first chapter, and then I want to use the tools and the engine to make my own story and my own game with it. And it is not full of mini games. We're focusing just on a simple little visual novel story system. Scope, 1 chapter, 9 rooms. No more actions than NES version's buttons. 1 chapter song, 1 title song. Keeping it in scope. We're doing gamepad support, but we're also doing mouse support. That's going to be our Vanilla Plus goal. Room navigation, so we got data is in local tables. That's right, we're doing data in local tables for now, but we're building the tables out in a way that when we make the editors later, we can just load them from pods into those tables. And that way the editor will save to pods, so it'll have all the info in there. Sprites are in a local graphics file currently. We got a lot of stuff to do. Idea scratch list. Do we have to do next? We don't have our to do next. Make the scene builder that stores a table and a pod. Yeah, so that's going to be part of the level editor. Or scene builder, actually, as we were calling it here. All right, so to do next, what do we want to do next? I think... Oh, let's see. We need a dialog box list system. That is, oh yeah. So when, like, the dialog box can show dialogue, but when you click, so when you click look, it's got to type out the text for where it looks. But when you click check, it's going to check the scene and see it, like, what objects can be checked, and then it'll list those objects. Like, it'll say mountains, flower, dude, thing, and then you can click one of the things down, or like select, click or select one of the things down here, and then it'll read the description for that. So we need like a little multiple choice. We need the ability to add like buttons and options to the dialog box down here. So that's what that is, dialog box list system. Scene transitions load system to load the next scene data. And that will be the basics for room navigation, because when we say move, it's going to list the directions, like forward, backwards, up, down, left, right, or whatever. And then when you click a direction, it will load the next scene. So if we can get those two things, then we can navigate around the map. That actually sounds like a fun thing to work on. Then room descriptions. We need our text box wrapping. It's currently not a great system, and the text box wrapping needs to be redone. I don't know what button controls is. I should have been more descriptive with this. Oh, I think this is gamepad controls. Idle text. Manual room management. That's like the room data. Manual room data management. I need to be more descriptive with these things. Buttons, move and look. And so those are the basics. That's for version 0.1. So that means we can move and we can look and read the description of the room. If I can get this stuff done, we're in version 0.1. So let's do, I think the text box wrapping and loading text into the text box is probably the most valuable at this moment, because most things, like we're going to load a lot of text in there, but it doesn't seem fun at the moment. So I think we're going to do the dialog box list system. Yeah. Well, let's think through this. So maybe we need to make the dialog box more robust. We need like a more robust object here, and that will like accept signals almost, where we can send it text, or like we can like change it to a mode, right? Or like a state that said it's like we're reading text now, and then it starts spitting out text. And then we can like swap it to a mode with the list, and then we can plug like the list logic in there. And then when you click a thing, it swaps the mode, and then like I think we need some state control over the dialog box. So let's get that plugged into place. And that way we can work on the text wrapping logic and then the list logic next. I think that's the play. So let's do, let's see here. Oops. All right, let's take a look at our code. Oh, I love the tabs. I love the tabs. All right, so we're setting up our color table. Let's just run through it real quick. Version 0.1, vid mode 1. What does this look like in vid mode 3? Would it fit? I don't think it does, actually. All right. Screen width, screen height. We include all of our stuff. Color table things, setting the fonts, our timer, init the GUI. Under our GUI, we're including GUI parts. we should probably include our actions here as well. Is my actions up here? Okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. We're including our GUI parts. We've got our basic GUI body. If you watched Lazy